story in the NFL, and it's the latest on free agent Aaron Rodgers. Sources telling ESPN the Vikings discussed the quarterback after he expressed an interest in signing with the team, but they're not moving forward with him at this time, leaving J.J. McCarthy atop the depth chart, and Minnesota still in need of a backup. More on Aaron Rodgers. We bring in our senior NFL reporter, Jeremy Fowler, with much more. If the Vikings are indeed out of the mix, where does that leave Aaron Rodgers' future?
Well, I'm told that Aaron Rodgers has standing offers from both the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New York Giants. So it's up to him to decide. This is his first foray into free agency in 20 years. So really nobody outside of his inner circle knows exactly what to expect. I get the sense, although this is fluid, the sense that Pittsburgh is willing to wait this out a little bit. Rodgers is their top target, so they'll see where it goes. Feels a little un-Steeler-like with this move, but they know that they're close. They got to break through in the playoffs. They're hoping Rodgers can help them. They got Russell Wilson, still sort of a contingency, but he's sort of been number 2, number 3 on their list all along. So I'm told Russell Wilson has seen the Giants as more of a viable option for him throughout this process. So we'll see where it leans. Will the Giants kind of get impatient here and then just make a move and sign Wilson or Joe Flacco or somebody else? That's sort of the question right now.
I said it yesterday. I'm a little bit surprised that Aaron Rodgers has as many options as he has based on what we've seen the last few years. But alas, if we get any news, Jeremy Fowler standing by. Speaking of surprises, J. Fowler's coming back. Could we see a surprise name taken a little bit early on the draft board in terms of quarterbacks?
With trade calls for J.J. McCarthy, telling other teams they're moving forward with him as their quarterback. The team plans to add a veteran, but they're not pursuing Aaron Rodgers at this time. McCarthy now enters the offseason as QB1.
That's a good thing. It's a good thing. And listen, I don't like the way Aaron Rodgers is using the leverage, using his past, his accolades, his resume, and what he's done in the past, the whole team steadily at hostage. Now, some of the reports...
He ain't hold him hostage. Move on.
Oh, well,
they're allowing him, just like Green Bay allowed him to do all the things that he did. The Jets allowed, Green Bay allowed it, the Jets allowed it. Just move on.
That's exactly what they should do. Now, this is what I like about Minnesota. The reports came out about Minnesota obviously being in the hunt for trading for him, and what they did right away, it ain't even been 2 days. Oh, we're going to nix that real quick. We don't have time to play them games with you. So obviously you haven't learned your lesson with the last 2 places you've been to, because now here you go, tell the other teams you're not sure on what you want to do yet. Having them wait, using the leverage that you do have, the little bit of leverage you still have, to play games. I'm glad the Minnesota Vikings came out and said what they said. They're going forward with J.J. McCarthy because you drafted him for a reason, and you understand what he can do, especially with the supporting cast he has around him, because you saw what Sam Darnold was able to do. He wasn't able to do it with the Jets. He wasn't able to do it with the Panthers. But all of a sudden he comes to Minnesota, and he has a career year. And it's time for J.J. McCarthy to step up and do the same damn thing. And that's what he's probably going to do, because what he has around him is very, very special.
Yeah, well, you got to find out if the guy can play or not, Ocho. Well, I mean, you keep kicking the can down the road.
Yeah. But listen, even if he couldn't play, we didn't think Sam Darnold would play either when he was with the Jets. We didn't think he could play when he was with the Panthers. But all of a sudden, magically, he turned into goddamn Houdini over there in Minnesota.
But we saw what he looked like the last 2 games of the season. Because, see, there's this thing called expectations.
Yeah.
You tell me, because think about what you just said. You didn't think Sam Darnold was going to do that. Nobody thought Sam Darnold was going to do that until expectations came along. And then expectations came along. Oh, we got to get the number 1 seed. And then what happened? Oh, we're in the playoffs. Then what happened? He turned back into Sam Darnold. You see, expectations is the number 1 killer of goals and dreams.
Yeah.
Because the moment someone expects something of, see, that's the only way you can hurt me, Ocho.
Hey,
if I don't expect anything, if I'm in a relationship and I'm just casually, I don't expect nothing. Hey, you do you, I'm going to do me. It's the moment we have expectations in each other.
See?
That it bothers me, that it hurts me if you do something that I don't agree with.
See what I mean?
So the Vikings started to have expectations. We started to have expectations for Sam Darnold. And you see what happened?
Now you was preaching a little too fast. Now I'm not sure the people in the chat. I'm not sure the people in the chat didn't catch that, but that was a moment. That was a moment a lot of people might have missed because we're talking about football. But that's something that we could apply to life that I think a lot of people missed, but I didn't miss it because as soon as I heard it, you know I keep that thing on me.
Yeah, you keep it on you.
Expectation. Now bring that to me again. I got to write it down. Now when we get to the end of the year, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all these quotes that I wrote down.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make a nightcap booklet called Unc's Quotes, so that people can apply it to life. Expectations. Just get to one more time.
Yeah, it's the number one. It's the number one killer of dreams and goals. Because here's the thing, Ocho. Sam Darnold, nobody, because they're like, man, he was terrible with the Jets.
Yeah.
Well, he was terrible with Carolina. Well, we didn't get an opportunity to see him really at San Fran. So everybody was expecting, remember the last two stops that they saw him, that he wasn't that good.
Right.
Okay, so now he doesn't have any expectations. The more you win, the more expectations come along with that. So now, the last couple of games of the season, Ocho, we got an opportunity to get the number one seed.
Right.
Boom. Oh, we're in the playoffs now. Don't matter, blah, blah, blah. Boom.
Yeah. And you know that that playoff atmosphere is different now. That's a whole different ball game than playing in the regular season. Regular season, he looked phenomenal. It's a different type of pressure. Again, the one word expectation that comes with being the quarterback. Especially in that type of situation. So I kind of understand. And the team you are playing or had to play,
yeah, but that's what happens when you have expectations, Ocho. Like I said, and I like to equate things to relationships because most of the people, especially in our chat, has been a relationship.
Can relate to it, yeah.
It's the moment you have expectations. You see, when a couple's in marriage, there's an expectation. You're going to be faithful. I'm going to be faithful.
Oh.
I'm going to protect you. You're going to protect me.
Come on now.
I'm going to honor the vows that we stood before God and we swore to each other. Now, I have that expectation. But hey, if you say, hey, what you doing tonight? I ain't going to be able to see you tonight. And everybody, there's no expectations. I have no obligation. You have no obligation to me. I see you when I see you. Holler when I holler.
And you know what I don't like about the analogy and the explanation that you give me right now is the marriage one normally doesn't work. But the one with no expectations, hell, you be friends, you be sneaky links or whatever you want to call it for years and years and years and years all the way down the line because there are no expectations, so there's no failure or reason for anything to ever end.
But here's the sneaky part, though, Ocho, where they get you. You see, the number one cause will cause a relationship to end is uncommunicated expectations. You see, Ocho, she expected you to get her flowers and you didn't get them. Why didn't you tell me you wanted flowers? She expected you, Ocho, to plan this vacation.
Right.
You didn't know she wanted to go on a vacation. Uncommunicated expectations.
Like
Ocho thought that, you know what? Hey, she's going to do this thing for Father's Day. We're going to do it up, blah, blah, blah. She didn't do it. You see, uncommunicated expectations, but again, uncommunicated, but what's the end part? Expectations.
I like that. I haven't even heard that word before. Not used in this context and actually used together. Uncommunicated expectations.
Yes.
I like that.
She has an expectation, but she didn't communicate them with you.
Right.
You have an expectation, but you didn't communicate them with her. So those uncommunicated expectations, and what happens, a lot of times people have what we call implosive personalities. They hold things. There's only so much you can hold before it explodes. The term, he went postal.
Yeah.
Boom. And so now, instead of just saying, well, Chad, I thought that we were going to do this.
Right.
No, 1 month go by, 2 months go by, 3 months go by,
well,
4 months go by, and it's building.
Wait,
you don't know. It's not been communicated, so you don't know. It's building. It's building. It's building. Boom. Then it blows.
Yeah.
You've been with me all this time. You should have known. You see? How many times have you heard that, Ocho?
All the
time. You know what I
like?
like?
Yeah, all the time. All the time, because you've been with him you've been with someone for a certain amount of time. And women all the time, I know you real well. I know you real well. I knew what you're going to say. You can say something else.
Yes.
She can finish the sentence for you. But all of a sudden, when it comes to certain stuff, you didn't want to.
I didn't know you wanted that. I didn't know you wanted.
Like, you can't read my mind. I threw you hints. I gave you a sign a few weeks ago. A sign?
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
In the commercial. I mentioned it when it came on TV.
Yeah, I missed the sign that God gave me too.
Just say what you want.
Mm-hmm. You should have told us. Should say I missed the sign that God gave me. I should have left your ass alone about 6 months ago. I missed that sign. And that's the thing. I just think sometimes we take for granted, and you've been in a relationship. Just tell me.
Yeah,
I'm one of these guys, Ocho. Just tell me.
Yeah.
If you want to do something, tell me. I don't have time. I got too much ish on my plate to try to figure out what you want. You can just open your mouth and say, if you want to go here, say that. If you want to eat that, say that. If you want this, say that. But they got me.
Today we have big news involving the Minnesota Vikings and the future of the quarterback position. Rumors about Aaron Rodgers joining Minnesota have been circulating, but the team has just made a surprising decision about their top prospect, J.J. McCarthy. I'll tell you everything about this controversial situation, including what's happening behind the scenes and what we can expect for next season. Stay tuned. Before we talk about the Vikings' bombshell decision regarding J.J. McCarthy, we need to highlight the team's move to find a veteran quarterback. After Daniel Jones arrived in Indianapolis, the Vikings began reassessing their options, and various speculations about potential acquisitions have arisen. The goal is to ensure that McCarthy gets the support he needs for his first season as a starter, but the arrival of a veteran could completely change the scenario. The Minnesota Vikings are trying to balance the future of the quarterback position, and although they've identified J.J. McCarthy as the QB1 for 2025, the team is still open to adding a veteran to the rotation. The intention is for McCarthy, at just 22 years old, to have an experienced mentor, but without putting his starting role at risk. However, the team has rejected several trade offers for McCarthy, including substantial proposals from other teams interested in the young talent, which shows the confidence the Vikings have in him as the key to the franchise's future. What do you think about this situation? Are the Vikings right to bet so much on J.J. McCarthy as their QB1, or do you think they should look for someone more experienced, like Aaron Rodgers, to lead the team? Leave your opinion in the comments and join the discussion. Your opinion is really important to us. Now, let's get to the heart of this story. What's really heating up behind the scenes for the Vikings is their refusal to trade J.J. McCarthy and the rumors about Aaron Rodgers. Get ready to understand why the Vikings are making these choices and what it could mean for the future of the franchise. The Minnesota Vikings surprised everyone by rejecting several trade offers for J.J. McCarthy, one of the top prospects for the upcoming season. While speculations about Aaron Rodgers joining the team are gaining strength, the team's decision to continue betting on the young quarterback reflects their confidence in his potential. Even with the idea of bringing in a veteran to help McCarthy, his starting role seems guaranteed for 2025, leaving many questions in the air about the future of the position and how it will affect the team's strategy. This choice by the Vikings to bet on J.J. McCarthy as the starter has deep implications. Rejecting the trade offers for the young quarterback shows the team sees him as the future of the franchise. This means that, unlike other teams, the Vikings are preparing for a transition period where McCarthy should develop with the support of a veteran, but without the pressure of losing the starting role. If McCarthy performs well, the Vikings might have found their QB for the future, but if things don't work out, this decision could put the team in a delicate position. So, what do you think about the Vikings' bet on J.J. McCarthy? Did they make the right choice by rejecting the trade offers and keeping him as QB1, or do you think the team should have looked for a more experienced solution for next season? Leave your opinion in the comments and share with us what you think about this move. Stay tuned for more updates on the Minnesota Vikings and everything happening in the NFL world. In upcoming videos, we'll bring more details on how the Vikings' QB choices could impact the season and much more. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. See you in the next video.